Well, we're back at it again with this coaching merry-go-round for the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. Do me a favor as we get started, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, help us keep the channel going in the way that you like, the way I like. But looking at this coaching carousel, if we call it that way, there's really four coaches that I think the Niners are probably seriously looking at, that everyone's talking about. And I'm going to scratch the first one off the list right away. I don't want to hear about Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley actually, he lost to the Raiders, got smashed by the Raiders. He really is not ready to take on a position of this caliber with a team this big. So let's scratch him off the list. I don't want to hear about Brandon Staley. Second of all, I do like Pete Carroll. That would be interesting. He actually created the defense that we currently run. So if he could come in, I wouldn't be mad at that. Wouldn't hate that at all. But still not my first choice. There's Bill Belichick. He's the golden boy who we would love to have. But Bill Belichick at this stage of his career, he's not coming in as a defensive coordinator. That would be like Bill Walsh stepping aside or stepping down and being somebody's defensive coordinator. It's just not going to happen. So let's talk about one that really makes sense. Mike Vrabel, coming from the Titans. And the weird thing about him is he fits exactly what we would want, what has been successful. Look at the credentials. He came from a defensive system. He's a linebacker, high energy coach who the players love. Robert Saleh, who we had much success with, high energy guy, high energy coach, players love him, linebacker. DeMeco Ryans, high energy guy, players love him, linebacker. There's a thread here. There's a theme that we can stick to keep the coach that makes the most sense. And Mike Vrabel, he fits that theme to a T. So I would love to bring him in here. It would be a stepping stone for him back to a head coaching position, possibly the year following next. And I think it'd be a good fit for everybody involved. Now, the interesting thing is a lot of people think that he's intimidating, is what I've heard. In fact, when you look at this right here, this is a Twitter feed talking about him being intimidating and that being a negative thing that they're stating. That's exactly what we want. I want intimidating, but yet at the same time, a player's coach. That's what we need, some fire, some energy back in the building. Steve Wilkes wasn't, he wasn't the rah-rah guy. He wasn't the rah-rah coach who would energize you. That's what we need. That's what the players expect. Let's get it done. So let's see what happens. The decision should be pretty soon because we keep losing coaches. Just lost Daryl Tapp again to the Commanders. So we've lost 4 coaches now. So we need a defensive coordinator who can get in here, who can recruit, and even recruit players back. Because remember, I talked about earlier in another video how we wanted to get Azeez Al-Shaair back, and that's where he was Tennessee with Mike Vrabel. So it might be a win all the way around. But let's see what happens. We will try and break information as soon as we get it, kind of give feedback as to what that may mean for the 49ers. And we'll see you on the next show.